What's going on, guys? Shaun the Dawn. This is a continuation of Q&A. For those who don't know what Q&A stands for, questions and answers. Um, we still got a couple of questions left over from March, April, that I didn't quite have the chance to attend to. So now that we're getting into it on a deeper level, I can elaborate on my disappearance. Okay, so unfortunately, your boy went through an experience where I was incarcerated for roughly 3 months. You know, a little time span, that y'all didn't hear anything out of me or whatever the case may be. I didn't have any uploads on the vlogs. You didn't hear any updates about the channel or anything at all. I just went MIA, dropped off of the entire face of the earth. Um, with that being said, you know how things happen in life, and you have to deal with the consequences and the outcomes of your actions. Yeah. So, with that being said, I had to go handle something. Dealt with it. I'm back. Came home. Um, I would like to say that because I already expect the question to be asked, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer it. Was I on my hormone in jail? Yes, I was. Um, I want to say it took them about 3 weeks into my incarceration to provide me with my script. Um, I want to say it was one of the most terrible experiences of my life mentally. Um, because you never really realize how essential it is to have your tea until you're not on it for an extended amount of time. And I was just lucky to not begin to reverse and go the other way, because that's something that you can experience. Um, I wasn't the one. Yeah, I wasn't the one to fuck with. I had a short fuse, extremely short fuse. Didn't really want to talk about nothing. I like. I wasn't the guy to look for a problem with. It's like when, okay, right now I'm speaking to the fellas. When your girl's on her cycle, every little thing is a problem. You know, you gotta make sure you do shit right. The ice cream has to be the exact flavor she asked for. Um, shit, you gotta make sure you get smoked turkey and not honey smoked turkey. Um, the garbage has to be taken out. You can't leave no juice at the bottom of the trash. Nothing. You know how they get. Anyway, overall speaking, it's like lack of sex. Everything irritates you. You start looking for shit to be mad at, but it's not quite looking for things to get. Everything irritates the fuck out of you. You really just don't want to be bothered until you are notified that you are gonna be able to take your dosage that's long over the fuck due. And that's how I was feeling. At the time, I was dating someone, and we were experiencing a lot of arguments. It was more so stress from me being in jail, of course, and anxiety, but a big part of it off my end of the stick played in not having my teeth. 3 weeks straight, mentally fucked for 3 months. 3 weeks straight, excuse me. And I would like to say that I wouldn't wish that shit on anybody. It's one thing to be incarcerated because you don't have any type of control over anything, and then it's another thing to be incarcerated on an active script. Your prescription is like dire, depending on the situation. For me, I shouldn't have went in without it, but being that I had just had a shot that week, literally the day before, not the day before, 2 or 3 days before. That next week, I didn't have it because I was unable to go and get the new script, being that I was in jail. So the process was long and outdrawn. I basically had to just hang tight until I got the okay that said that they had my medicine in storage. So with that being said, if you are a trans male, trans gender overall period, female, male, stay your ass out of jail because it's a different process for us. Okay? It's a totally different process. I don't know if everybody is mentally intact enough to be putting themselves through those types of situations. Is not the best thing to be trying to deal with. So if you can, avoid it, stay out of jail. Because I was mentally hanging on a thread. But I made it. I definitely made it. But without that tea, it made the beginning process just a little bit harder. Being that I'm normally a man that's in control, complete control of everything. My love life, my finances, everything. So being that I was literally helpless, I want to say to an extent. I still had a hold on things, but I had to get assistance in order to achieve the stuff that needed to be done on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're like me and you can't function having somebody else handle your business for you, and you're like me and you are a trans in any way, stay your ass out of jail. That's not for you. Okay? You're just gonna make your life complicated. Yeah, once you're in there and you have the script, it you know, you're gonna get it every week up until the day you leave. You know? So you're cooling after that, but as of the waiting game until that joint gets in the building, oh yeah, ain't nobody built for that shit. So don't put yourself through it. It's unnecessary. Stay out of jail. Stay out the way. Just get paid. You know what I'm saying? Just do what y'all gotta do. Anyway, with that being said, um, the question that I left off that is, what exact standpoint are you in your transition, and how does it make you feel? Okay, basically, I have been identifying as a trans male for 3 years now, hitting on 3 years, but yeah, just about. So I want to say around Thanksgiving, so maybe about 3 weeks from now, I'll make it exactly 3 years. As of me IDing as a male. Um, I've been on testosterone for a year and 3 months, I want to say now. So, with that being said, um, I am in the stage of my process where I am still actively on the hormone every week. I don't know if y'all are able to actually get. I'm gonna add some images and stuff of me, and the steps of the growth of the hair and whatnot. It isn't that much, but since you've last seen me, you know, over the camera, I've definitely had some improvements. Just a little bit, and I'm experiencing, being that I just came home as well. I'm experiencing a little bit of acne every now and again, but it's yeah. That's pretty much it for right now. I'm getting hair on my chest, hair. I got a little happy trail and shit going. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but yeah. So my appetite has increased. That's a fact. Um, I'm noticing, for one, the structure of my jawline has changed. I don't know if that's happening for everybody, but I know a couple of guys who are experiencing it just a little bit. Like my brother's one. Um, I got a friend named Jack. I definitely noticed it in his facial structure as well. There's a few other people that I could list, but it's sure you don't need. But yeah, basically, once you look, at, of course, at the befores and afters, you can see the differences slowly starting to become evident. My voice, my muscle mass, my body structure, everything is slowly starting to change. But the most evident changes are the hair growth from head to toe, um, appetite increase, sex drive, and I want to say at the end of that list, I would put acne. I say acne is at the end of that list. Um, Acne is not really a big thing for me because I'm heavy on the hygiene thing, but it definitely has its days where it just wants to be a bitch. It's just a side effect of the hormone. It affects other people a lot more than others. I'm pretty sure I could have it a lot worse than what I do. It's not that bad. Um, yeah. So with that being said, let's move on to the next question. Why would you want to be a man when you were born a female to begin with? This is the question that everybody either avoids. This is the question that makes everybody uncomfortable. Doesn't make me uncomfortable. I'll be happy to answer. So, the answer to your question is you don't wake up and decide that you want to be a man. There's something inside you that you aren't quite sure how to express, how to describe, how to explain. But it gives you a sense of emptiness, like something's missing in your life, like you're lacking something. Like, when you're on the way out of the house and you're about to either just start walking or you're about to get in the car and you're like, wait a minute, I'm forgetting something. Something isn't right. I don't need to take a step further into what I was about to do until I take a step back and look at what I'm missing right now, because I know I'm missing something is missing that I'm supposed to have with me right now before I start my day. It could be your keys, it could be a lighter, it could be your energy drink, it could be your Blistex, it could be, for me, it's either the Blistex or the phone, something. But I'm comparing that to my experience. I've always felt like I was lacking something on the inside. I always felt like a part of me was always the one who had to hide behind, a mask or like a different skin to appease to others. But there came a day where I chose to live for me and not for anyone else. And it came a day where I decided to put my happiness before others, and I decided to educate myself as to what a transgender is, as to what gender dysphoria. I didn't even know I had gender dysphoria until I educated myself on the whole thing, because you really have to have an understanding as to who, what, where, why, how before you get into this. This is your temple that we're speaking on, your body. You only get one of these. If y'all know anything different, please let me know. All right? Might need one in about 30 years. But anyway, yeah, like, I can't sit here and say that I decided that I wanted to be a man. I felt like deep down on like the inner parts of me, I've always been one. Guess what motherfucking day it is?
Are we back?
Shot day, baby. I got that spinach. I'm ready to do a backflip out this joint. Woo!
Yeah, later.